Let's be honest. Half of y'all are smiling on Instagram and crying in the shower, while the other half are crying in the car before they go inside like everything is fine. Today, we are talking about the silent struggles that everybody has, but nobody wants to admit. Talk about it. Can we talk about it? This is nasty talk, so you know we're gonna talk about it. Don't mind my background; it's a little bit different. We be out here, we traveling and doing things. There are so many silent struggles that people are dealing with: financial stress, loneliness in their relationships, feeling behind in life, parenting, exhaustion, career insecurity, body image issues, and spiritual doubt. We've turned the "I'm good" into a reflex, but not a truth. When was the last time you answered, "I'm fine," when you really weren't? It's something that we do quite often. It's like, oh, you sneeze, so we just automatically say, "God bless you." How are you doing? We ask. We get the response, "I'm fine." We automatically say, "I'm fine." And then we just go about our day. Because what happens or what's happening in our minds, in my mind, is like, do you really care? Do you really have time for me to tell you? Or do I really want to tell you? Mm. Why do we feel weak for saying that we're struggling? Now, I can speak on this one. There's several different reasons why, but I can speak for myself. Sometimes, as a Christian, it is hard to say, like, I am drowning. I need help. Because there's this idea, this stigma that if you have Jesus, you have everything you need and it will be all right. Now, I'm not being blasphemous. That is the truth. If you do have Jesus, you will be all right. Eventually, you're going to be all right. You got to remember that He's always with you, He's going to guide you. However, my human side, my flesh is like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I don't see a way out. I can barely see my foot when I look down. Like, I am struggling. And so there is that judgment of, oh, so you're not really saved. Like, oh, you don't have any faith. I'm a human being. And I think that's something that we have to all realize. We are human beings, okay? Yes, as Christians, we're not supposed to fear. We don't have a reason to fear, as the song says. But if you think about it, I mean, there's some things that we can be fearful of. We can have some insecurity, some uncertainty about certain things. We're human. We're human. So my question to you all is, why do we hide these things? You know, we don't want to look ungrateful. We don't. We just got a job. We weren't working for like mad months, maybe some of us years. We just got a job, but it doesn't pay as much. Oh, but we still struggling. We don't want to seem ungrateful. Can you relate to that? We don't want to look weak. People don't want to say that they're struggling and things like that because they don't want to look weak. Would you rather look crazy or look weak? And the only reason why I say that is because a lot of times you look crazy for not saying that you need help. Like, your arm is clearly dislocated, it's hanging by a ligament, barely in the socket, wherever the shoulder go. I didn't do anatomy. But the shoulder is popped out of the socket, and you're over here like, oh, I'm completely fine. Yes, they're like, raise your hand if you're sure. You're like, raise both hands. You're like, meanwhile, your arm's broken and you look crazy. It's not weak. You just need help. And there's nothing wrong with asking for the help. So that's why I asked, would you rather look crazy or weak? I mean, some of y'all, that ego would just be like, listen, I'll look crazy, but what you ain't gonna call me is weak. Meanwhile, you're struggling. A lot of times we cover up that we are struggling is because we're the strong one. You the strong friend. How the strong friend gonna look if the strong friend ain't strong? To all the strong friends out there, stop it. Stop being strong all the time because you're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. You don't always have to have it together or act like you have it together because we know that you don't. No one has it all together. And if they tell you that they do, they're lying. They may have it together that day. But if it's on a 365, 7 days a week, no. Do not get it twisted. We are all human, living a human experience. And in life does what it does. Hey, well, so what are you going to do? And I hope it is ask for help. Another one, this kind of goes in hand with being the strong friend. You're the advice friend. What would it look like if the advice friend needs advice? I feel like we all need someone. We all need someone. Whether it is a therapist, a counselor, a mentor, a big bro, a big sis, even maybe a little sis, who has some type of wisdom, who can help us get through. You need someone who's not going to judge you for being human. Yes, you are the strong friend, but strong friends need strong friends. You can switch hats every now and then. Switch the hat. Some of us don't talk about our struggles because we're scared people will treat us differently if they know we're not as strong as we look. I'm guilty of that. I want to be seen as strong. And I've done that before. I'm over here trying to save face and I'm sad. Over here trying to save face and look something that I'm not. Meanwhile, I am crying on the inside. I'm the one crying in the shower, okay? Trying to keep it all together. And I mean, I believe men do this. I believe men cry in the shower. I believe men cry in the car. I believe men cry when they're by themselves. You know, I believe it. And if you don't, then I don't know. I recommend a good cry every now and then. It's just that it's just a good, like, a release. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not doing coke. I'm not beating people up. Even though some people do deserve a good boot to, never mind. Or a good punch in the face. I'm not doing that. It's just a good cry. Maybe you get your release in another way. Go to the gym. But if your pride would get put aside, just let out a good cry. I promise you, it'll change your life. It's great. But it is. Yeah. You know, a lot of times people who wear the mask, the happy mask, everything's good mask, the funny guy mask, the funny girl mask, they are the ones who are in the most, for lack of better words, distress, who need the most help, who need to be checked on, like seriously checked on. You know, because those are the ones who are like really hiding things. I'm not saying that this is all the time, but if you have friends, you can kind of tell, even with their bubbly, goofy demeanor, you can tell that something's a little off. What's going on? What's really going on? Your smile ain't reaching your eyes. Okay? Like, there's always something. Think of celebrities. One person that comes to mind off the bat, Robin Williams. Hilarious man. Who would have thought that he was going through any type of depression? You never know what people are going through. And so that's why, one, you really need to be nice. You really don't know what straw can break the camel's back? People are going through. In this day and age, with everything that's going on with politics, with life, finances, just trying to survive, people are walking on thin ice. And you need to be nice. Because it could be that one bit of disrespect that can set that person off, and then you and them will not be here. Like, it's become that serious. And then what happens when you don't talk? When you suffer in silence? You get bitter. You get angry. Like, why isn't anyone checking in on me? I know I felt that way. I'm like, I am being a good friend. I have been a good friend. Yet why isn't anyone checking up on me when I need it the most? Is it because I've always been putting on this facade that everything is okay, everything's all right? Well, listen, it's not. That's why it's important. As we get older, I realize we communicate less and less with our friends. We have to schedule dates and times where we can just make a FaceTime call, where we have to put on the calendar when we're gonna meet. I feel like in my mind, it really shouldn't take all that just to check in on somebody. You can send a text when someone is while you were on the toilet. That is my biggest gripe. When someone says, "Oh, I've just been so busy. I can't even get in contact with you. I haven't been able to because I've been so busy." There are 24 hours in a day. Out of those entire 24 hours, you couldn't take 2 minutes to text me? You don't take your phone in the bathroom with you? Everyone takes their phone in the bathroom with them. So don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, Argentina. You just didn't want to. I wasn't on your mind for you to even take 2 seconds, 2 minutes for you to reach out to me. I digress. Based off a true story. That's what I tell people. I'm like, really? Who doesn't take their phone to the bathroom with them? Nowadays, you can schedule text messages. You can schedule a text message. You can schedule a text message to go out to check in on somebody. There is no excuse. I digress. Anyway, the cost of being silent. Yes, you get bitter, you're upset, you get burnt out, you explode. It causes isolation. I know with me, I'll talk about myself. Since this is Nasty Talk, I will talk about myself. A lot of times, there have been times where I was going through and I needed someone to be there for me. No one was there. It was silent. It was silent. And I got angry. I isolated. And then the anger was just so displaced. Everyone was getting it. Everyone was getting it. Like, I was tight. And it caused me to treat people the way that I was being treated. So they reach out to me. Ignore. Because you weren't there when I needed you to be there. And I never expressed to you that I needed you to be there, but you should have known. And so as a result, I'm going to push you away when really I want you to be here. That's what I did. Yeah. And it just made everything worse. Everything was worse. Now, for those people, let's say you don't really have that many friends, or you don't have someone that you can trust. Times like that, I realize I should not have been looking for a person. Times like that, I should not have isolated. I should have retreated into my prayer closet and prayed and said, God, I need you here. Because if I can be honest, when things get tough, the first thing you want to do is you want to call mom. You want to call a friend. You want to phone a friend. And then the last resort is like, oh God, please help me. When really that God, Jesus, Holy Spirit should be first. The first one you run to. Because then you never know what can happen in prayer, guys. As you're praying, God can send you your answer. He can put you on the heart and on the mind of someone to reach out to you. I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, don't, sidebar, do not take prayer for granted. Do not use prayer as a last resort. That is the first, number one, numero uno resort to anything and everything. Back to the regularly scheduled program. I'm just saying. That is the solution. If you do not know the Lord and Savior, Jesus, I pray for you that you do. Because, man, nothing like it. Top tier, chef's kiss will get you through, see you through every single time. You may cry. I will cry. I will cry about any and everything, and then I'll wipe my tears and I will get back to work. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Like, anyway. Praying, Jesus, therapy, finding someone that you can actually speak to and say, I am not okay, are all solutions. The Jesus and the therapy and the journaling, prayer, they all might just be encompassed all together. Amazing. But the healing, true healing, starts when you stop pretending. You know, what's the silent struggle that you think that most people have but don't admit? If you could be honest, everyone is fighting something. Whether it may be big or small to you or to them, they are fighting, they are dealing with, they are going through something. Even your followers on the Instagram, on the tickety talks, okay? All of them are going through something. The real flex, and we're going to talk about flexes next week. The real flex isn't looking unbothered. The real flex is being honest enough to heal. So stop performing and let's start processing. Roll out. Like, seriously, it's time. And with that being said, I hope that this episode has encouraged you in some way, shape, or form. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment. I would love to hear from you. I'm praying for you that you would be able to lay down your pride and stop pretending. Stop being a great pretender. And let's start processing. Start talking about how we really feel. And especially if it's to someone that you love and that you trust and you're able to say, yo, I'm not okay. Do it. You're not weak. You're not going to be looked at any differently. It's just being real. Get the help you need and let's heal in 2026. All right? Thank you for watching, and as always, stay nasty.